Have you ever read any Plato? Did you know that Plato was a fiction author? Plato wrote a long time ago, over 300 years before Christ, and he was a student of Socrates, and he wrote in a genre called philosophical dialogue, and he wrote a lot of them. Each of his dialogues featured his mentor, Socrates, speaking to one or more other individuals from around Athens. These dialogues are almost certainly not historically accurate, though the argument could be made that some of the earlier dialogues are somewhat close to the way Socrates actually spoke. Either way, they're certainly regarded as fictional. In fact, philosophical dialogue as a genre in itself is almost always fictional. There are others who have written philosophical dialogue. Augustine, Boethius, Berkeley, and even some modern writers have made the attempt, but it's pretty much gone out of vogue as of lately. This is a shame because philosophical dialogue has some incredible attributes that can make it a valuable tool in conveying truth. So what are the benefits of philosophical dialogue as a genre? First, a dialogue contains at least two voices, sometimes more, and this helps an author to keep his own cards close to the chest. Which of the people speaking are holding the author's position? Maybe neither of them are. Perhaps the truth lies in between the two positions being discussed, and it often does. This is really helpful because rather than having a binary situation where one person is saying the right thing and the other person is saying the wrong thing, you can really work through these ideas in a more winsome way. Second, a dialogue can allow an idea to develop naturally in the reader's mind as it develops in the minds of the people speaking. It's a very natural way to convey information, and if done correctly, it can deliver big ideas in a really sleek way. Third, the characters in a dialogue have personalities, and often, in Plato's case, backstories. Perhaps someone is arguing for a certain interpretation of justice in one of Plato's dialogues, but suppose that person later on becomes a cruel tyrant. This affects how you would understand his words, wouldn't it? The drama of ideas unfolds in the lives and the words of the characters in a dialogue. And fourth, dialogue can be very entertaining. Plato's dialogues have parables, arguments, threats of death, poems, romance, and much more. All of this works together in homing in on a deeper truth that is revealed throughout the course of the dialogue, and often throughout the course of his entire corpus. So what's the point? The reason that I write all this, and I'm saying it here, is I have a dream that philosophical dialogue would be incorporated into fiction much more widely. It's such a useful tool, especially for Christians, who can often use to be a little bit more winsome in their presentation of truth. I have attempted to do this myself in a first draft of a novel that I'm writing, and there are two small philosophical dialogues I include in that, and I enjoyed writing them. I think they offer something fresh in the fantasy genre, and hopefully one of these days I'll be able to show it to you guys. But in the meantime, I really want to encourage you to look into it. Read some Plato, read some other examples of philosophical dialogue, and try to incorporate it in your own writing. I think that once you get the bug and once you realize exactly how entertaining they can actually be, it really wouldn't be hard to include them in your writing. So, best of luck.